Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. I just realized looking into this how rough I look, but it's like 7:30. I woke up, threw on some clothes. I'm in the Starbucks drive-thru. Good morning, guys. You're getting me nice and groggy this morning, looking a little busted, but I wanted to get this started because I have a lot to do today. I am still a little sunburnt in my face. The worst of it is along my leg because we were golfing, so I was in the passenger seat of a golf cart. So basically just the right side of my body is pretty burnt. What I need to do today is edit last week's vlog. And I just realized last night, after I ended last week's vlog, that the live show for Home Before Dark that the Literally Dead book club is hosting is tonight at 5. And I have like probably half of that book left. So I want to try to cram it in and finish it so I can watch that. But I'm going to need to be pretty diligent today if I want to get both of those things done. So it still is only like, it's not even 8 o'clock. So I'm going to get started. And yeah, hopefully make some good progress this morning. Okay, so Maddie from Book Browsing is hosting a 24-hour readathon within the Bookoplathon right now, and she just posted another challenge. And I'm supposed to take a picture of these books, but I thought I'd share with you guys also what I grabbed. So the challenge was to find all your books that start with B. So I pulled a separate stack from my read books and my unread books. And I'll start with my read. These are going to be going probably backwards. I organize my shelves in order of author last name. So these are going to be opposite of author last name. So I have The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I have A Bend in the Road by Nicholas Sparks. Then I have Broken by Karen Slaughter. I have Birthmarked by Kara M. O'Brien. I have Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. I have Bitter Brew. And then I have the Beautiful Creatures series, which I'll start with Beautiful Creatures, Beautiful Darkness, Beautiful Chaos, and Beautiful Redemption. And I have Beartown by Frederick Bachman. And on my unread shelf, which I just keep like this bottom shelf here, is all my unread books. I don't have too many, probably have like 30 unread books right now. So out of that start with B, I had The Boyfriend Project, which I'm intending to get to this month. I have Big Girl, which I started like years ago and got like halfway through, never finished. And I have Beach Read by Emily Henry. So those were all my books that started with B that I have. It was a quick, fun challenge, and I'm going to go post my picture now. This is a lazy Saturday at its finest. Huh? You being lazy? And I've been living out of the bag I packed for our trip that we ended up not going on. So I'm going to need to unpack a couple bags at some point this weekend. But he's just snoozing. Okay, I'm a little bit more awake now than I was this morning. So I thought I would finally talk about Home Before Dark and kind of what I'm thinking. I love Riley Saga, so I was so excited to be reading this finally. And it is everything I was expecting and more. This book is basically about a girl who, her and her family lived in this house that her dad like wrote a story about. Like a horror story basically, and they fled the house, and she has always thought, she's never known why they actually left the house, and she's always thought that the book her dad wrote was like fake, it was made up. And so her dad just died, and she basically finds out that he still owned the house, and so she inherited the house, and she like does renovations for a living, so she was gonna fix up the house and sell it. So she's staying there now, and basically things happen that makes her think that maybe some of the parts of the book were true. So that's, you know, a general premise of the book. I'm definitely in like spoiler territory now. How far am I? I'm like almost 200 pages in. So I'm getting in like the home stretch of this. It's getting really interesting. And I think with Riley Sager in the past, some of his endings have fallen flat for me, even though I love the writing style so much. So I'm interested to see how this goes. I'm interested in, you know, watching the live show right away and seeing what everyone else who read it thinks about it before I even like have time to sum up my thoughts by the end of the day. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're...
Wow, that was a good chapter. But she basically like said like, so the main character's name is Maggie, and she said like, I'm becoming the Maggie from the book, like the book from her childhood. And then like the police officer is saying like, basically calm down, like we don't want a sequel. I've been editing last week's vlog, cringing at how bad my hair looks in that whole vlog, yet here I am today still living up to that. So, but I did just finish Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I do think I'm going to give this 5 out of 5 stars. I just love his writing style so much, even though I think thriller endings never really completely work for me. But this was definitely, I'm not sure if I liked this more than Lock Every Door or not, but this is one of my favorites that I've read so far by him, and I'm excited to read anything else that he writes. But if you have the patience to wait until like, you know, spooky season, even though some of you seem to think spooky season already started, I would definitely read this like close to Halloween. It is a very like, it's a spooky book. I would recommend this, and I'm so happy I got to read it this month because I was running out of patience to get to it. Yeah, I might honestly start Immortal Rain tonight. I was gonna just stop after this, but it's only like, what time is it? It's only like 3:45. So I'm probably gonna take a break, you know, do a couple productive things, and then I might start that tonight. And I do want to do my next roll since I finished another book. Since we're on a new vlog, I wanted to kind of update what I've done so far, and then I think I'm going to do my next roll. So last week I did my first roll, which I rolled a chance, and I drew one of my options I wasn't excited about and drew Accidental Heroes. I read that last week and I gave it 1 star. And now my second roll was a pull pick, which you guys ended up picking Home Before Dark, which I just finished and gave 5 stars. My next roll after that, I landed on sequel. So that's what I'm reading Immortal Rain for, which is my next book I'm going to pick up right now. And then I rolled Nature on the cover, which I ended up picking an audiobook for. And I'm listening to the audiobook of The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. So I decided to roll again because I'm trying to keep 2 ahead on my physical reads so that I can get books if I need to. So I rolled again and landed on Set in the Future, which I thought I was going to read The Girl of Fire and Thorns for, but like I said, I think I ended up learning that that's not actually set in the future. So I think I'm going to read Saga Volume 1, which this would be a reread for me. But since I'm going to start Immortal Rain, this will be my only thing left on my physical TBR right now. So I think I am going to do my next roll right now, let me grab my book.
Gonna drown, but
which you guys aren't going to be able to see my roll because you're filming up here, but you'll just have to trust me here. I probably should have pulled up the board too. Actually, let me go grab my laptop and I'll pull up the board.
Both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow forward now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too.
All right, so I've got the board in front of me now, and I'm leaving the green spaces. So I might pass go right now, depending how high of a number I get, but let's roll. All right. Oh, I actually rolled a double. So I just rolled double 3, so I got a 6. And if you didn't see my TBR video, because I read by hours and not pages, and I'm rolling as I go, I had decided that if I roll a double, the 2 books I land on, I have to double my hours I read in a day until I finished both of those books. So when I get to reading whatever I pick right now, I'm going to have to read for, like during the week, I try to read for 1 hour a day, and during the weekend, I try to read for 2 hours a day. So I would end up reading 2 hours a day during the week and 4 hours a day on the weekend till I finish whatever 2 books I end up with here. So I'm going to do both the rolls since I rolled doubles, but let's see where the first one landed me. So from Set in the Future, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which lands me right on Go, which is randomize my TBR. So I'm going to have to grab my phone right now and pick a random number and get back to you with what book I landed on. Okay, so I'm just picking from my physical TBR, and I counted, and I have 34 books on my physical TBR, which I got the number 30 when I random number generated, and I haven't seen what book that lands me on yet. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It continues over here. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So my random number generating got me to The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, which I am excited to read, but I'm a little nervous that I'm starting too many series right now. But I'm going to start this. Hopefully I like it. I've owned this for a little while, but a lot of people recommend this, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to read it fast because I'm going to be reading it at twice the pace that I usually do. So now I'm going to do my next roll, and hopefully it won't be another double. And I rolled a 10. So from there, that'll land me on TBR game. So I'm going to need to pick a TBR game and also play that. I'm getting the hard ones here. So I went to Becca's playlist of TBR games, and I'm gonna click on Wheel of TBR. It's Codie's Book Corner, and I'm just gonna use whatever prompt she gets first as my prompt as well. So I'm not familiar with how she plays this, but that's where I'm gonna get my prompt from. So I just subscribed to her because I didn't already, but it looks like she has a wheel basically with all different prompts on it, and I'm assuming she's going to spin, but she said she's been doing this TBR game for 2 years now. I don't know how I've never seen it.
Playlist in the description if you'd like. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a
So it looks like once she lands on something, she takes the prompt off and puts a new one on, so her prompts are always changing.
We will have, oh yay, it's graphic novel, yes, love that. Let's do the first spin.
Spinning now. Oh!
So the first prompt is to pick a book that has flowers on the cover.
So her prompt was to pick a book that has flowers on the cover. So I'm gonna have to go see what I have. So I found one book with flowers on it, and it's actually one I just bought. So I'm super excited to get to it, and it should be kind of switching up genre from what I've read so far this month. And I picked One to Watch by Codie staying in London. And you might not be able to see the flowers right now, but if you look at her dress, there's little roses on her dress. And that's the closest I could find to a book with flowers on the cover. But I'm super, super excited to read this. So again, both of these, reading them, you know, twice as fast, I think they'll both be good picks for that. And yeah, I'm really excited about what I just rolled. So I am at 2 hours and 54 minutes for the day right now with finishing Home Before Dark, but I did see that they're running the final sprints right now for the 24-hour readathon, so I am going to hop on that and maybe end the day at like 3.5 hours if I can get that much done during the sprint. So I am going to start Immortal Rain right now. It's like 4:30 here, so it's still fairly early. It's 8 a.m., but I did get up and take a shower right away this morning. So I got soaking wet hair, but I jumped back in bed to read because there is some sprints going on the Discord for the Bookoplathon. So I was gonna participate in the sprints, but then I really need to get up and do some stuff today. I would like to do some stuff around the house, so I probably won't get as much reading done today as I did yesterday. But I'd like to finish this weekend. So it's Sunday, but we also have Monday off. So if I could get halfway through this today and then finish it tomorrow, that would kind of be, you know, my stretch goal here. But for now, I'm going to participate in the sprints. And then, like I said, probably do like some laundry. We got some new shelves for our bathroom. So if Chris puts those up, I wanted to, you know, put the stuff that's intended to go on them. And yeah, other than that, really no plans today.
Good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. I know I'm not easy. I drag you out your mind. And there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow.
Okay, it's like noon now, and I have not been very productive today. I am honestly just feeling kind of like blah. Like I was kind of cranky for no reason this morning. But I did start some laundry, so I did some stuff around the house. We built the shelves for the bathroom. And I did do a little bit of reading. I think I'm on page like 75 of Immortal Rain. So there's not much happening yet because it's like multiple POV. I feel like I'm just getting an introduction like back into the series for each person. But I'm excited to be reading the finale of that series. But it's taken me a minute to get into the book. I did just sit down to have lunch. I went to Taco John's. We still haven't got groceries since I cleaned everything out thinking we were going to be gone until Wednesday. So we're home and we weren't planning on being home. So I feel like I'm still just like, really, I can do whatever I want. If I wanted to be lazy all day today, I could. But I want to get some stuff done. I do have that Home Before Dark live show today, now that I thought it was yesterday, but it's actually today. So I'm just gonna kind of keep trucking along, being, you know, somewhat lazy. I'm reading a chapter here, a chapter there, cleaning up here, cleaning up there. So yeah, I'm gonna sit and have my lunch. I do plan on filming like my Wednesday video today, and I think I'm gonna do a book haul because I did buy some books yesterday, and I bought quite a few in August as well. So I think I'm gonna do like a August-September book haul. So I did just hit the 1 hour mark for today, and I'm on page 120 of Immortal Rain, and I am starting to get into it now. I do think I struggle a little bit with fantasy when I'm so far into the series like this, like really following, you know, every character and what's happened. Like I forget who argued 4 books ago, you know. I know what's happening now, but I start to forget the history when I'm this far in, and that's definitely a me problem. Like, I just don't concentrate hard enough to, like, really pay attention that well, I guess. But I'm really starting to get into this again. I'm really excited that this is the finale. Like, just knowing I'm gonna find out how this ends is exciting, and I definitely will be able to get to halfway today. If I'm only at an hour now, I did put that little post-it note is halfway. So if I'm already at an hour, I'm probably gonna get honestly farther than half. But yeah, that's my little update for this afternoon. It's like 2 o'clock now. That live show starts at 5, so I've got at least 3 hours, and then I will also read during the commercials when Big Brother and Love Island are on, and then it'll still only be 9. So I'm actually being more productive today than I thought I was earlier. The most exciting content, new bathroom shelves. And I did just fold one towel and they do fit, so good to go.
Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it.
This is gonna make me want to get all matching towels because we don't have all matching towels right now. Okay, I'm participating in some of the sprints on Twitter right now, but I'm on page like 170, and this is not a spoiler. People die in this book, in this series all the time. It's full of death, it's fantasy. But somebody just died that I'm just like, almost like finally, but like I can't believe it actually happened. So yeah, I'm getting really into this now. All right, it's like 30 minutes later than my last clip, but I just reached my goal of 2 hours for the day, and I also just reached my little sticky tab that is halfway in the book. So I do think I'm gonna take a little break for today. I'm gonna have supper, and we're getting pretty close to the live show starting. I think it's like 4:45 right now. So that live show starts at 5, and then when my shows come on, I may still get a little further, just so I can guarantee I'll finish this by tomorrow.
Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you.
Good morning, happy Monday. I am so happy to not be working today, honestly. It's Labor Day, so in the United States, a lot of people get today off, which we do have today off. Chris is actually gone all day though. He's doing like a side job for his aunt. He's building a garage. So he's been gone since like 6:30. It's like 8 o'clock now, and I just woke up, which is the latest I've slept in a while. It feels kind of good, but I really want to get my day going now. But I did get pretty far in this last night. I made it to page 247, and it has 391 pages. So I should be able to finish this in less than 2 hours. I kind of just want to push through it this morning and then decide if I want to do anything else this afternoon or be kind of lazy. I did last night get quite a bit of cleaning done. I don't know why yesterday morning I thought that I was having like such a bad start to my day and was being so unproductive, because by the end I got everything on my to-do list done. There is more I'd like to do today, but I kind of did put today aside to be lazy if I wanted to. So I'm gonna go get my coffee, start a little bit of reading, and kind of see how I feel. I'd like to introduce you guys to another room in my house. We do have a kitchen, even though you've only seen me in my bed for the last like 5 days. And a living room. Wow. All jokes aside, I'm still gonna sit in here today because I actually cleaned like most of the bedroom yesterday. I still need to unpack our bags that I had packed for our trip, but now I want to sit in the clean room. But when I went outside, I guess I didn't look at the weather. Yesterday it was like hot out, and I stepped outside and it's only like 55 degrees. So I threw on the sweatshirt you saw, but once I got home, I put this little cardigan on. So I'm kind of excited to have a cozy day. I'm gonna sit right here and start my reading now. Maybe I will, since this is clean, I could probably actually show you how my whole upstairs is set up at some point today or tomorrow. But like off our master bedroom is my reading room right there. So we've got a little room with my books, which I do have a recliner in there, but that room is a mess right now. So we'll see if I pick it up a little, I may sit in there.
Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
I read what I would assume is like the final action scene, but I'm about to start the last chapter right now. It's like 11 pages. Oh, okay. I've taken like a couple minutes just now to kind of think of even what I thought of that ending, and I went and looked to decide what I wanted to rate it, as well as I put the dust jacket on so you can tell what I'm talking about while I talk about it right now. And I think I'm gonna give this 4 stars, even though I think like the series as a whole is something that I would like recommend 100 times over. I didn't rate any of the individual books that high. I think I might have given one 5 stars, but other than that, they were all like between a 3-star and a 4-star for me. And this ending was really good, but I'm still just kind of surprised how it ended. Not sure how we got from the beginning to now. Like, so much changed throughout the series, which was so fun along the way. But yeah, this really did tie up like in a neat little bow. So if you like series like that, like this isn't very open-ended at the end. It's definitely like a conclusion. So yeah, I really enjoyed the series overall. And like I said, I think I'm gonna land on a 4 stars for this. But I would recommend this series. I know it was popular a few years ago. I haven't heard much about it recently, but I thought it was really good. And now what I was planning on reading next was just I shouldn't say just, graphic novel. I was planning on reading Saga Volume 1, which is a reread for me. So I think right now I'm going to take a little break, update my ratings on Goodreads and everything, and then I think I am going to just read that whole thing today. I think it's like 2 p.m. right now. And I might start The Raven Boys tonight. So I just put the final one on my shelf here, but I wanted to know if it bugs anybody that I own all of these except the 5th. I read it on my Kindle. I am going to try to pick it up, probably secondhand somewhere. But yeah, I have all of them except one, which kind of does bug me, but I'm not going to pay full price for it. So my Goodreads goal is basically just telling me I'm really bad at math. Because at the beginning of the year, I set my Goodreads goal at 57 because I did all this math about the books I owned and how long they were versus, my average reading speed and how many reading 365 hours it would take. And I came up with 57 because my goal was to read an hour a day. And I'm 2 books away from my Goodreads goal. So basically, if I read Saga and then The Raven Boys, I'll hit my Goodreads goal, but I've only read like 270 hours. So either I'm reading way faster than I did last year, or I'm just not very smart. Okay, I'm starting this, and I just looked. The last time I read this, it took me an hour and 12 minutes, and I gave it 3 stars. So we'll see how it goes. This time, I'm just going to sit down right now and read it straight through. I'm done. It only took me 43 minutes this time, but I do think I'm going to stick with my 3-star rating that I gave it last time. Okay, so I went and grabbed my dice, and I'm going to do my next rolls. These are the next 2 books I'm reading. So I rolled doubles, and I landed on Go, and got Randomize Your TBR, and I randomized The Raven Boys. And then I landed on TBR game and watched a TBR game that had the prompt to read a book with roses on the cover, which this has roses on her dress. I mean, it had flowers on the cover, but that has roses on her dress. And so now, since I'm going to start The Raven Boys, I'm going to do my next roll. All right, I rolled an 8. So 8 from TBR game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Young adult. Which that's a pretty broad category. So I'm going to go find a young adult to read. So I was considering just picking the sequel to The Raven Boys to keep trucking along in some series that I'm starting here. But then I remembered I actually have a bunch of my library books came in at once, all my holds came in. So I went to look what I had there, and I actually just got Girl Made of Stars by, who's it by? Ashley Herring Blake. Just came into me, so I think I'm going to read that while it's available to me. I am feeling a little burnt out right now. I think I'm definitely done for the day, but I might also take a break tomorrow. I do let the extra reading I've done. Today I only wanted to read 2 hours, and I think I read 2.5 hours, so I let that half hour carry to tomorrow. So I actually have quite a bit of built up time here. But yeah, my next 2 books are what I'm supposed to be reading at 2 times speed, or twice as much. So what I'll do is basically every time, if I read for 30 minutes, it would count for 15 minutes. So I'll probably not see you guys for a couple days now, so talk to you then. Hi guys. Happy Wednesday now. So I completely skipped Tuesday. I kind of took it off. I did read a little bit just to keep up my streak. But today I did finish The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black on audiobook while I was at work, and I gave it 2.75 stars. It was good. There was nothing wrong with it. I just think it's kind of a genre that I don't love anymore. So I do think if I would have read this like 10 years ago, I would have liked it a lot more. That being said, I still don't think it would have been like a 5-star book back then. So yeah, 2.75 is what I landed on. I'm glad I finally read it because I had interest in it for a really long time, but it just didn't do it for me. But other than that, I have started The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Yesterday I read, like I said, just a little bit, and I'm on page 78. And so far not much is happening, kind of just introducing the characters, which this is doing a thing that I don't really love, which is just like throwing a bunch of characters at you and just hopefully you can keep them apart, which I'm sure as the book in the series goes on, I'll be able to tell, you know, who's who better, but right now it's still just a little confusing. So this is what I'm going to jump into now for a little bit. Big Brother and Love Island are both on tonight, so I need to hopefully get at least an hour in of this before my shows start, but I'm still technically an hour and a half ahead, but I want to keep going because if I get to Friday and I'm still reading these books that I rolled doubles for, I'm going to have to read 4 hours a day. So I'd like to keep, you know, going along on these so I can hopefully stay ahead. It's now 9 p.m. and I've read an hour and 9 minutes. And I'm getting pretty far in this, and it's actually getting much better, and I'm much less confused than I was at the beginning. And on any other Wednesday, an hour would mean I'm done for the night. But I rolled doubles, so I still have to read like another 50 minutes. And many of you guys know it's basically my bedtime. So I'm going to get in the bath and try to just read for a quick 50 minutes and go to bed. Good morning, happy Thursday. We are almost to the end of this vlog, and I'm hoping to finish The Raven Boys in this vlog. So by tomorrow, which is Friday, I'm hoping to finish. But I did get my 2 hours done last night, and then I went straight to bed. It was way too late. I shouldn't have stayed up that late. I'm still an hour and a half ahead. So I think tonight I'm going to borrow some of that time. I'm going to probably try to read for 30 minutes, and then I'll still be an hour ahead. So tomorrow when I have to read 4 hours, I'll probably only read for 3, and then I'll be right on track. So that's my plan today. I'm running to work. I just stood outside in the rain, and I'm wearing sweatpants today. So everyone else wore them all week, so today's my day. I'm home from work. It's like 4:45, which is a little later than I usually get started at night because Chris is working late, so I was in charge of taking Huck for his walk so he could go potty. But I'm excited to, he heard me say that and he's coming upstairs. I'm excited to sit down and read some of this, and I'm not actually that into this, but I really, really want to get to one to watch. So I want to plow through this so I can start that. I don't think I'll quite finish tonight, but I'm going to be pretty close. Okay. I said I wasn't getting into this, but I am now. Like, just this last section I read is actually getting pretty good. I still think the plot is more confusing, but the characters are getting to me now. But Big Brother's about to start. I think I've read like an hour and 20 minutes today. So by the time my shows are done, by reading on the commercials, I should be done for the day. We are not having personal space tonight. But I did finish my 2 hours for today, so I didn't use any of the time I was ahead. But I'm seriously so close to finishing this. But we're going to wait till tomorrow, so if you're still watching this, stay tuned till tomorrow. And I think I will have finished 4 books in this vlog, so stay tuned for that. It's the last day of this vlog, and I'll see you then. Bye. Happy Friday and last day of this vlog. I am going to finish the Raven Boys in this vlog, and then I'll probably start my next vlog when I start one to watch. But according to Bookly, it's going to take me like an hour and 15 minutes to finish. So I'm going to do that right when I get home from actually my massage today, because I have my massage after work. So I should be done with that by like 4 p.m. And then I'm actually celebrating something today that I'm going to save for my next vlog, but Chris and I are going to go out to eat to celebrate. perfect timing. Becca's hosting sprints right now, so I'm sitting down and finishing this immediately. Okay, so I did just finish The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, and I'm honestly a little confused about what I even just read. I think that the world building was pretty bad, as I'm still confused about like what was even happening in this book, but the character development was like really good. So I think I'm gonna land on 3 stars and read the next, and that may determine whether I think this was better or worse than I'm thinking now. But yeah, so I am gonna read the second one fairly soon, just so that this is at least still fresh in my mind. But yeah, that is actually gonna be the end of my week and this reading vlog. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I read 4 books this week, which I don't think is gonna be able to happen next week, but stay tuned because the next book I'm starting, which is tonight, is going to be One to Watch by Kate Stayman London, and I'm super excited for that one. So I hope to see you guys next week, and